Greetings and salutations, plus howdy. It is truly humorous how I went from what I was before to what I am now, but there has always been that one thing that separates me from what I was before to what I am now is the fact that I got over one fear. One fear that was halting me throughout my entire life. Child's play films. Like, honestly, I'm not trying to say that child's play films are bad. Truly. I grew to actually love them throughout 2021. Because honestly, I was so scared of Child's Play after a friend of mine, ex friend of mine, literally showed me Child's Play with his family, and I was scared. I was honestly scared of Child's Play's Chucky. I was traumatized to the point where I did not even want to look at the character. I was so scared of it like that I would literally run away at the like with all my speed in me. Everything in my body, I would basically be so scared and my heart would be pounding like crazy. And even be scared of people who would be wearing the merchandise, making me feel that they might end up hurting me because of the fact that they like Child's Play. And I was just that scared. And it even got worse throughout my life to the point where people would use Chucky as a weapon. Because you know how when you're scared of something, people use whatever they can to try and terrify someone. Well, when people found out that I was terrified of Chucky, they used everything in their arsenal, everything that they could do, from printing out pictures to actually going to Hot Topic to show me that they have a doll. Or even when I'm trying to let them use my computer in a school library or even in a public library, they would literally type Chucky and put all the images right in front of me, and that would just trigger me throughout everything in my being. It would trigger me. And even a ex of mine who literally loved like the Child's Play series ended up just trying her best not to show me anything Child's Play related. But there is always that one story that would always stick into my mind, especially my own dad's mind, where I literally was so scared of Chucky that literally I went from one of those VHS stores that had DVDs, stuff like that, and what do I see? I see literally a whole row of Child's Play merchandise. And I was like, they had all the Chucky movies at the time. They had Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3. They had, I think, the Bride of Chucky, and they had the Seed, and that was it. And no, wait a minute, let me correct that. They had only the first, the second, the third, and Bride, because at the time the Seed was still in theaters. So I can't say Seed because the fact that it was still in theaters, and wouldn't you know it, I literally went to the theaters with my dad just so I can try and calm down to go to just see a movie because I was just so riled up, so scared, so like anxious to just get away that we literally went to the movie theaters just to see that there were so many posters up, there was so much going on that I was just like in a full on panic mode. And I was just feeling like I just wanted to curl up in a ball, scared, just wanted to go home. And my dad was just like, he was just tired. He was tired at that moment, and he was just like, this dude is like, this kid is freaking out for no reason, even though he knew of my fear. And there was even one time where he even did the same thing like everybody else has done and just showed me Chucky. And he just said, oh, you're scared. So he basically put the movie on. He says, oh, you know what this is? When I saw it, I didn't know. And then basically when he started showing Chucky, I literally ran into his room and locked the door. And he was just like saying, Devin, just open the door. I'm not going to basically show you Chucky anymore. He basically was playing games with me, and he still does to this day, like play these type of mind games a little bit, and he kind of gets a little kick out of it when it comes to having his little bit of humor with people. That's not right. Let me say that right now. Doing that to a child is not right, especially when you know their fear and they put their trust in you to not provoke them. But anyway, over the years, I literally had to try and dodge people who like Chucky and Child's Play and all the merchandise that comes with it, because the fact that I love horror movies. I love Freddy, I love Jason, I like Michael Myers, I love Leatherface. Like, it was all just popping into my life multiple times. And then when I finally got the chance to just let it all go was when I read a comic book called Hack and Slash versus Chucky. The Hack and Slash series is like two slasher film killers trying to kill off literally slasher film villains. They have faced off against Chucky, they've faced off against Jason, they have faced off against many slashers in the movie industry. And it's sad they're never going to get a TV show. But anyway, I watched a comic dub of it, and it was actually really good. I actually got a kick out of it. And after watching it in 2021, I ended up just saying, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to watch every single movie from Chucky, the first movie, all the way to the movie that came out recently, which was Child's Play, the remake. And then in, I think, September or October, I watched the Chucky TV series, and oh my god, I loved it. I truly love the Chucky TV series. And honestly, after facing my fears, if I have to rate each Chucky movie accordingly, I would have to say that number one goes to Child's Play 2. And if I had to say the one that I did not like, in all honesty, I would have to say Child's Play the remake. Child's Play the remake did not do the movie justice, did not do the franchise justice either. I know that some fans will say that, oh, this was good, this is what was going to happen originally, but honestly, this, in my opinion, was not really that good. And if I was able to talk to Don Mancini and tell him like some suggestions to do for the next Child's Play series, which is going to be Chucky season 2, I would say bring in more voodoo. That would definitely be good. It would be interesting to see more voodoo and see what is like going to be going on in the series, because number one has to be Child's Play 2. Number 2 definitely would have to be Child's Play, the first one, the original. Number 3 would have to be The Bride of Chucky. Number 4 would have to give it to The Curse of Chucky. Number 5 have to give it to the oh yeah, I would definitely have to give it to the Cult of Chucky. Number 6, Seed. Number 7 would have to go to number 7 would have to go with the remake because that was terrible. But if we had to have a number 0, that the one that was better than all of them would have to go to the series because the series was where it was at, and I honestly feel like it was beautiful. It's honestly beautiful. The fact that we have cast members that are gay, some are straight, some are going through things that they're going through in real life, stuff that actually happens in real life, like bullying to the extreme, people that are judged because of their sexuality, people that are pushed beyond their limits just because parents want to live out their glory days and want their children to succeed, but not at their own level or at their own pace, but at the parents' pace and at the parents' level. And that's not right. It was definitely not right, and I love every single moment of it because that really happens. And the fact that we got to look deeper into Chucky's lore, Charles Lee Ray's lore, and it was just fascinating to see it all play out properly, especially some loose ends with the cult of Chucky, how we have the other dolls and each one got killed off in different ways. And it's nice to see that they got killed off in certain ways one by one, and we got to see the burnt hand Chucky that got shot up. And I'm finding it humorous the fact that they didn't, the parents in that scene, they didn't look at what was going on and see that there was actual blood. There was actual blood in that doll. And they didn't ask any questions. They didn't even look at this thing and say that, why is our daughter acting this way? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Or even asking questions like, why does it have a heartbeat? Why doesn't it have batteries in the back of its doll? Like, they're not asking those type of questions because this doll is literally living. It doesn't need batteries. And honestly, it's just crazy. There are certain questions that I have for the series, but I'm going to wait for Child's Play. Nope. Chucky season 2 because it is going to be a wild ride and I can't wait because this is coming from a guy that literally went from being traumatized by dolls to now loving the Child's Play series and just loving how they made something that went from just that average movie to being something so much more. So definitely there are going to be more talks on horror movies, more talks on slasher movies because I am not stopping because this hype train right now is going from here all the way up here. I definitely, if I had to recommend which movie to start off with for people that might have trouble with the movie series and stuff like that, I would definitely recommend watching the remake so you would be able to get a feel of it and then watch Child's Play 1, then watch Child's Play 2, and then just work your way. But if you want to actually binge watch a series, just like how there is Lucifer or there is Dexter, I would definitely recommend you watch the series, but it would not give you everything that you would need to be able to be able to understand what's going on in the series because in my opinion I feel like the Chucky show in the way of the series, it is kind of like Child's Play 1, 2, 3, Bride, and then we have Seed, and then we have the Cult. Actually, we have the Curse, then the Cult, and then we have the show. Because it all just mixes well with each other and it just lines up. It's all lined. But then there's also the comics, and that's something that you should watch within Screaming Soup, where it talks about the comics, each one, and definitely watch Scream Soup. They will definitely talk about the comics because I feel like I can't do that justice. Because one, I don't have the comics, and two, I really want to read all the comics myself and judge them later on. But right now, I want to just say, watch the shows, watch the movies, and also check out the comics. Because the Chucky series is just chef kiss. Yeah, it's the chef's kiss right here. And next time I'm going to be talking about the Nightmare on Elm Street, or I might be talking about the Friday the 13th series because it's definitely good. It's definitely good. I love Jason Voorhees. I love like the stories that are built up. But anyway, have a nice day and get ready to play.